Good evening. It's been 7 months since BC adopted some of the toughest animal cruelty laws in the country. But has anything changed? This afternoon, 2 men accused of starving and hanging a horse were convicted of animal cruelty. And although hanging is not a vet-accepted method of euthanasia, a judge found it did not cause the horse to suffer. Kristen Robinson reports.
I didn't want to kill the horse at all.
61-year-old David Whiffen leaves court after being convicted of causing unnecessary suffering to an animal.
I was ordered to kill the horse against my will.
Yeah. How did the hanging go? Can you describe it?
Instant.
Very bad. You didn't suffer at all?
No.
Whiffen hanged his 27-year-old horse Jalupe from an excavator in September 2009 after receiving repeated warnings and 2 SPCA orders to give the starving Appaloosa a special diet. Court heard Whiffen did not want to spend money on an old horse. A provincial court judge found he and his co-accused, 52-year-old Clayton Cunningham, willfully caused unnecessary suffering to Jalupe by failing to provide adequate food, but not by hanging him, as evidence suggested the death was immediate.
If you had to euthanize a horse again, would you hang it?
Oh, well, it wasn't my idea to begin with, but I'm glad I was there to make sure it was done properly. That's all I can say.
Nothing, no suffering during the hanging from what?
No, literally that fast.
We are disappointed with the stay of proceedings with regards to the hanging, and that no normal person would hang a horse.
Jalupe's death is not the first case to spark public outrage on Vancouver Island.
Brent, are you sorry about Bandit?
What?
Are you sorry about Bandit?
25-year-old Brent Connors beat a 3-month-old pit bull puppy to death in a hotel room last New Year's. An autopsy revealed Bandit suffered multiple injuries, including 10 broken ribs, a lacerated liver, and a human bite mark. Connors pleaded guilty to willfully causing unnecessary suffering to an animal and was handed the maximum penalty at the time, 6 months in jail.
What do you want the public to know about Bandit?
I don't know, why don't you go tell them some more lies?
Are you sorry about what happened?
Last February, the man accused of shooting a Jack Russell puppy at point-blank range on Quadra Island 3 years ago had his case tossed out. 34-year-old Cody Wellard never stood trial on charges of killing an animal because a judge decided 31 months was too long for him to wait for his day in court.
Tough laws on paper are only good if they can be enforced. Next year, we actually have to decrease our level of enforcement in the province due to budget.
Last May, in response to the reported slaughter of 100 Whistler sled dogs, BC introduced tough new animal cruelty laws which increased fines and raised maximum penalties to 2 years in prison. But the SPCA says it needs more money to train its constables on the new legislation. Whiffen, meantime, says he'll appeal his verdict.